Hello, my beautiful viewers. But before anything, just give me 1 second. 1 second, my beautiful viewers. Here we are. Welcome to the Power Hour Show. Unshare. My beautiful viewers, I'm sorry we're not in studio. The studio will be ready to go again from, well, as they said, the 1st of February, but it looks like it's going to be ready next week because I do a lot of I don't know, technical stuff at the back, so we have to do Zoom. So I'm going to ask my beautiful ladies to introduce themselves, and I'm going to ask their first question. And then I'm going to start with Sophia, and then it will be Christiana. And then when Christiana is talking, I will quickly go and collect, and I don't select, that's the right word, select my golden sponsor for the show. And then I will play beautiful Nina's video, and then we will continue. So our theme today is the power of love. What does love mean for you? And I would love to ask particular, what does self-love means for you? So my beautiful Sophia, please unmute yourself and tell us who you are, where you're from. And I want to know, what does the power of love, our theme for today, what does that mean for you?
Okay, first and foremost, I'm Sophia Riesberg. I am an energy sage and interspecies communicator who works at the intersection of animals and humans to help them co-regulate out of anxiety and trauma so that they can both thrive as the divine beings they truly are.
So out of the bat, you will see.
Love?
Sorry. Well, out of the bat, you will see beautiful Christiana. I've put on her glasses. So my beautiful viewers, remember to grab your glasses or shades, as somebody said to me, if you got goosebumps from somebody. So I just want to say thank you for that, my beautiful one, because you know how important is it that there's a communication between us and our beautiful animals. You are an animal whisperer and even more. So please continue. What does the power of love means for you?
The power of love transcends all division and any illusion of separation that we have in our world. When we step into our heart space and we stop going from our ego into listening, every argument, every belief, every program that we have that keeps us in that state of separation dissolves, because we are pure love at our core.
We're all gonna have our glasses on the whole time today. I must actually look for my purple glasses. I don't think I've got orange glasses. I will go and look. I've got a stash of glasses. So my beautiful Christiana, can you please introduce yourself and tell us what the power of love means for you?
Hi there. I'm Christiana Carr. I'm Canadian A in Ontario. I call myself a begin within guide, also your friendly, freaky ass, sweet grass water medicine woman. Um, my business, I am building. The process of is begin within gifts, books, and healing services. And I have written a book which has got my business, a logo on it. It's a little poetry book, just 21 poems in there. It's a poetry challenge. So but it got me into being a published author. There's another book I am working on called I Wish He Would Have Just Hit Me. So if anybody has any stories they'd like to share, and that's about abuse, and abuse that is the insidious, the subtle that you don't outright see. So I wish he would have just hit me at gmail.com is email if you'd like to share a story, and I'm compiling them all. And what self-love means to me as well, that's very important because that's one of our defenses, one of our best defenses against these unhealthy and toxic relationships. Because a lot of times when we don't have that love for ourselves, we're looking on that outside for somebody to love us and to say that we're lovable. And we'll only let in what we feel that we're worthy of. So if we don't love ourselves, we're not going to feel worthy of that love. And then even if somebody is giving us that love, we're not going to let it in because we don't feel we deserve it. Well, that's how I think anyways. That's how it seems to me and what's coming to me and where I've been driven to give that love to myself. And I thought, well, how can I say that I love all human beings if I'm not loving myself the same? And not above or below. I say not above or below, but as part of it all. And I do love human beings. I really do. I mean, they scare me a little, but I really do love humans. And I'm loving myself more and more every day and getting to know myself and who I am after I clear off all this stuff. So yeah, that authenticity and just, yeah, knowing that you're part of this world. So love yourself. Thank you. Thank you.
I love it. And my beautiful one, before we play Nina's video, you are also one of our Mrs. Potts, and you are now 1 year in as a Mrs. Potts. So please, and that is service with love. So please tell the viewers, and please tell Sophia, because Sophia is quite a new Diamond Beauties lady in our group. And tell her, how did you become a Mrs. Potts?
Oh, wow. The Mrs. Potts is just amazing. And I got invited to the Diamond Beauties by Natalie Chilton. And Natalie Chilton was a Mrs. Potts. And that's when I first heard about these Mrs. Potts. And then I was watching the Power Hour. That's one of my favorite shows, the Power Hour. I totally missed the author's journey too, but I love all of Sanet's shows. But I was watching, and Sanet was talking about expanding, and she explained what the Diamond Beauties was, or what the Mrs. Potts was, and just, making sure everybody feels welcome. And she was talking about how she was expanding in 2025, 5 for 2025. And I was like, oh, I would love to be one. I was even thinking about what I would even call it. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, but maybe that's just ego. And then Sanet calls me and asked me to be a Mrs. Potts. And it was such divine timing. I was having a sad day. I just couldn't believe it. I cried and I said, yes. And now for the last year, I have been your Wednesdays, Mrs. Potts, Wednesdays at noon Eastern time. I call it the cup of TLC. That's tender love of me. So let's come on in. Kaya Tamaya, come as you are. Take me as I am. And let's begin within a cup of TLC. Yes, every Wednesday at noon. Wow. And all the Diamond Beauties are welcome to come to any Mrs. Potts that you feel drawn to. Find one or two or a few that fits your schedule. And please join us.
So somebody asked me, didn't God speak to you in a dream that you must up the tally? I said, no, I didn't hear anything to up the tally. So Sophia, currently we've got 27 ladies, but we've got 25 tea parties. So 5 tea parties a day for 5 times 5 days of the week, and we are covering from New Zealand till Hawaii. And beautiful Christiana is one of our Wednesday Mrs. Potts. Keeping space. Oh, I need to take a photo. Thank you, my ladies. Keeping space and a Zoom open, a heart open for any lady, but not only the Diamond Beauty ladies, it can be friends of Christiana as well, can also join. And then in that way, the lady can feel she is loved, she belongs to something, and she's heard. So today, my beautiful ones, Sophia and Christiana, and my viewers, I celebrated my 700th coffee chat. And next week, the 14th, it will be 4 years. Yes, let me put on my glasses. I took a photo of us. I will send it later to us, my girls. So for me, most of the time when I spoke to most ladies, more than 90% of them were lonely. Even in a relationship, they were lonely. So God gave me, after 3 months of everyday asking, God gave me Elvis Presley Return to Sender, that big LPs that we played in when I were young. He gave me the Mrs. Spots from Diamond Beauties, by the animated Mrs. Spots that was talking on top of the pot, you know that. And they were 7 of them, and they were pouring out diamonds in that LP. And I interpreted the next morning to have a Mrs. Spots, and we are now running with Mrs. Spots for more than 2.5 years, almost 3 years. So how incredible. So my beautiful viewers, are you ready to see our beautiful sponsor? She is beautiful Nina Maglik. She is going to have an amazing event in March, and you can click on the QR code, or you can just follow the link down below in the show notes. Beautiful Sophia and Christiana and myself, my details is in the show notes. So just take your mouse, and I've got a fancy mouse. Look here, I've got the Star Trooper mouse, and it has got lights and everything that changes. But just let your mouse run down and click on the show notes. And if you're on television, and I'm sorry I don't have an old remote, and I need to get myself an old remote, you just press on the remote, and then you go down. Give us a rating 5. I would love a 5. Give us there, Christiana, show them. And then click on, and you click on the show notes, and you will have Sophia's details, yes, and Christiana's details, and Nina's details. We have also got a few sponsors for the group that's part of the Slim members. You will be able to see all of them. Okay, so now let me get Nina's one. Just give me 1 second. I need to share it. From next week it will be better, because we will be in studio, and it's not going to be as difficult as now. So thank you, my beautiful Nina.
Have you ever had a quiet moment that you knew you were meant to do more than just watch the world suffer? You look at what's happening around you and think, there must be a better way to lead this world. And there is. A big shift is happening in how we heal, lead, and support the world. We are moving into a new era of global healing, where healers are called to lead. If we want to have a better world, we need to heal what's unhealed inside of us. Because hurt people hurt, heal people heal. This is exactly why the New Era of Global Healing Summit exists. We are bringing together 35 speakers from all over the world, scientists, doctors, researchers, healers, and leaders, all in one place to share what actually works and what's coming next. Inside this summit, you will understand where healing and the world is heading and how to prepare for it. Learn practical tools to feel more grounded, safer in your body, and calm no matter what's happening around you. And that feeling that you had, that quiet sense that must be a better way, the pull to step forward instead of staying in the background, that's your soul reminding you who you're meant to be and inviting you to step forward into it. This is the new era of global healing. Come and join us now.
And my beautiful ladies, I don't know if you saw Nina's beautiful post today. She talked about the war. She was in Slovenia in the war, and where Healing Millions came from is her childhood, and how many years it took her to do this amazing movement. Her book, everything is totally amazing. I actually have a book here. I got a book that she sent to me. healing millions, and she is beautiful. And please, my beautiful viewers, register for her amazing event in March. It's free. Just let your fingers do the walking. Okay. My beautiful Sophia and Christiana, thank you so much for coming through. Let me just get my questions. I've got a list of questions, but I'm going to ask you the same 2 questions, and then from there on I will ask different questions for all of you, for the 2 of you. So my first question is, if my document is, I want to open it. Sorry. Oh my goodness, what happened now? Oh, there you are. My beautiful Sophia, what has love taught you through hardships that success alone never could?
Well, I've had a long journey of learning how to find the love for myself within. And each time I've had, let's call them a teacher, it's given me an opportunity to see, where am I not loving myself? How can I go deeper within to see that part of me that I couldn't see before? So I can just be and accept myself as I am. And the more we do that, whenever we get a trigger, that's an opportunity for us to see a part of us we don't see and love yet. And so for me, it's all a journey of self-love. So like how deeply can I love myself? How deeply can I show up for myself in ways that I haven't been able to before?
Beautiful. May I ask you a second question on that? Is there particular tools that you are using? Because I know there's a lot of people outside that doesn't feel loved from the inside out. And because they experience that, they don't feel the love of others as they wish. And there's one thing that I have counsel, I may say counsel, because I am a Reiki master since 2011. A lot of people assumed other people know how to treat them, how to make them happy. And you cannot do that. So please, for the viewers out there that doesn't know, that wants to know a tool or 2, can you share something to inspire them to go within?
Yeah, the first thing that I love, that I do often, almost like at least a few hours every day, inhale for 4, hold for the count of 4, exhale for the count of 4, hold at the bottom for 4. Do that practice for like 2-3 minutes, a couple times a day. You're going to reset your parasympathetic nervous system, even if it's just a little bit, because you're controlling your breath. And when you control your breath, your body gets out of the subconscious into the conscious, and it shifts the subconscious out, and then you can start hearing your thoughts. And the second tool, it's a little more complex, but it goes perfectly with this breath. It's we actually have 4 diaphragms. We have not been taught this. The first is when we put our eyes in peripheral. So I'm going to do that right now, so I can see out to here. That's the first diaphragm. The second is when you swallow. The third is your actual diaphragm. And the fourth is when you squeeze your bladder like you're holding in a pee, because you can't. You engage all 4 of those. Your parasympathetic nervous system just goes, because you're activating a connection with your body. And the more present you can be in your body, the more it wants to talk to you. I have practiced a lot of somatic work with a dear sister of mine who can actually taste the flavor of an emotion because she's that present. I'm not there yet, but like that, just recognizing that I can slow myself down to hear myself, that's so important because we have been taught to be distracted. We've been taught to be in Stockholm syndrome. And to unwind from that and to love the self enough to slow down and just allow yourself to breathe. That's such a gift. It's such a gift.
Wow. I don't know about that, the second one, but the first one, I call it the 4x4. So the 4, 4, 4, 4 counting. And I had to put on my alien glasses. Because it's not alien. All of us, my beautiful viewers, all of us needs to breathe. But if you can take time to have a control, I call it a mindfulness breath. I call it Sanet's, and it's not mine. It's just I'm doing it, so it's my breath. It's my choice to do it. I call it Sanet's 4x4. And if something triggers me and I need just to get into my body, I'll say, Sanet's 4x4. And I am a drama queen, I know, and I love it, and I love it, I love it. I say, Sanet 4x4. And then I will just settle down and I will do that for 5 minutes. It's like, and then spending that time to just feel whatever comes, feel your body, whatever comes, and I love it. So that's the reason why the alien glasses is coming on. It's not foreign. It's not E.T. phone's home. Thank you, Sophia. So my beautiful Christiana, your question will be the same. What has love taught you through hardship that success alone never could?
Wow. The Little Prince, little movies coming up to my mind, and there is one of the planets, and it's all the scientists and whatever, and they sing a song about 99 mistakes or whatever. I think those lessons stick the most, is those hard lessons. It's not being told something, it's when we're actually growing through that ourselves that makes the most impact, and those lessons stick the most. So it's not through that success or winning or achieving. I think we learn more from those mistakes and those hard times, and we learn to appreciate things more. Like, I'm learning to appreciate myself a whole lot more. Getting out of my own way. And there is a lot of times when we try to focus, and like Sophia was just saying, I love that 4x4 breath. I love when we focus on our breathing. And I learned that little tip, and just making sure, like, focusing that your out breath is longer than your in breath. I mean, just a simple little thing like that helped me so very much. And I like to say my go got slow. So to get to know ourselves, we need to slow down. And like you were saying, this world is a fast-paced instant gratification, and we all go fast. And I say I do a daily crumb. I call it about self-care. A little 10 to 15 minute video is the daily crumb. I'm on the Tickety Talkety and the YouTube, but in there I say, like, when you're driving a car and you're going fast, things aren't clear. Right? It's very, and there's more chances of making mistakes, and then it takes longer. And actually, when we slow down, right, we get to take in all the sights and the signs and whatever, and we have better, clearer vision and less chances of, having to do it over again and do it over again. So sometimes we're moving faster, but it actually takes things longer. And I've been doing a thing in the Bold Invisible with the somatic resets, and I found the slower I went with my body, the faster results that I got, which was quite interesting, and the longer lasting results too. So it's really slowing that down and slowing yourself down, slowing that breath down, and dropping it down deep into that belly. Because a lot of us, I don't think we even notice how much we're cleansing our jaws and holding our breath and breathing right up in the top. So dropping that down, and the breath is so powerful. So yeah, that's what I've learned through it. I've learned a whole lot about me, a whole lot about the body. And if we don't listen to the body, yeah, it's going to give us a reason to. Just one more thing I want to share. Like, and this is what I noticed. I was really sick. I was in college, and I pushed myself. And I went to school while I was sick, and that sickness lasted like weeks and weeks and weeks. And then I got sick again, and I decided I'm staying home, and I stayed home, and it was done within a week. So when we honor that time and our body's natural ability to give that, to take care of itself and regenerate and all that kind of stuff, if we give it that time to do what it needs to do, we can get up and we can go again in a shorter period of time. We heal faster when we give ourselves time and rest.
I totally agree. Somebody asked me that day, Sanet, why don't you start before 10 o'clock in the morning? I said, I'm early up. By 5 o'clock I'm normally up, but I have a routine. I have certain things I want to do. I want to spend time with me. I want to spend time with God. I want to do a lot of things. And that's my time, because most evenings I'm working till very late. Tonight I'm going to work over midnight. It will be past midnight when I go to bed. So that is my time. And I'm sticking to it, and I'm not changing it. So my beautiful Sophia, what does choosing love looks like when boundaries are required?
I will give a life example. So a few years ago, I had a friend who gave me very mixed signals, and he had a friend come over and we had dinner together, and I noticed that they were talking after dinner and not including me in the conversation. So I looked at them and I said, well, I'm going to go home because I want to do things that are going to nourish me. And the next day he said to me, what was that about? I said, well, it was clear that you weren't going to include me in the conversation. I mean, it was a good half hour and they were just like expecting me to hold space. And I was like, I love myself too much to just do that. And he was so upset with me. And I was like, I'm sorry you're upset, but I was just I wasn't rejecting you. I was choosing myself. And that's powerful, because we don't know what that looks like until we do it. And I was a little nervous about it, but then after it was like, oh, this wasn't that hard. We just have to learn how to do it.
I love that. So my beautiful Christiana, the same question for you, my beautiful one.
What was it? What does love look like with boundaries?
Yes.
Kind of similar in life there, choosing ourselves. And I like to say I love everybody unconditionally, but that's and I can forgive you, but some I love way over there. So that's how it is with boundaries. I'll love you, but I'm not letting you close in my life. I'm not trusting you anymore. I've had to do that. And then the boundaries with myself, even learning my own, knowing your limits and stick within them, which ones to push and which ones not to. So, and learning and listening to my body again. So it's having those boundaries with myself. And I'm not going to continue pushing myself, or like you said, Sanet, like I have my morning routines. And like they say in the Bold Invisible, what are your non-negotiables, right? So it's those having those boundaries for myself. And if people are crossing them and I'm letting them, it's not blaming them for crossing my boundaries. It's up to me, like Sophia did. And like, I'm choosing to remove myself from this. And I'm not rejecting you or anything, but I am choosing myself in this moment and noticing. So I'm not going to sit here and feel resentful and go, oh yeah, they're not all talking to me. I've went through a similar thing myself when it was like my when I tried to get in there, they're like, do you hear this fly buzzing? So it was even a more of an extreme. So I'm like, so if we're just going to sit there and subject ourselves to that, not choose to remove it. It's like, I love that saying, you can't blame people for sucking the life out of you if you keep giving them the straw. So it's looking at them ourselves and how are we holding those boundaries? And it doesn't have to be aggressive. It can be subtle, but how are we holding that for ourselves? Yeah, that's what love looks like with boundaries.
I love it. Thank you. So, my beautiful ones, I'm going to come a little bit to what you are doing and how you're serving the world. So, Sophia, I'm going to start with you. Can you tell us how you are serving the world with love? And especially how do you communicate?
Well,
What
first
you
and
do.
foremost,
What you do.
First and foremost, I love myself and I allow that beingness to come through. So that's how step one, because when I remember my Christ consciousness, I help others remember theirs. So that's part one. Part two is I've been a highly sensitive being since I incarnated, and I don't just talk to animals, I talk to rocks and trees and lakes and objects. I'm very aware of all of it. And so what happens, I've taken classes in a modality called Body Talk. And what I have been doing until this year is just working with animals, and the animals will come in and telepathically communicate with me, and I write down what they need through this modality. And they integrate and then they heal. But what I realized towards the end of last year was that if I'm working with the animal and I'm not working with the human, there's still that loop
Yes.
of dysregulation. And so if I work with the human and the animal and then have a joint session between them so I can communicate what's going on between them, then that cycle of anxiety or trauma that they're reflecting to one another can be healed on a deeper level. And so that's the primary way I show up in the world. The secondary way I show up in the world to help others is I'm writing novels that help people remember their connection with the land and how the land carries trauma too, and how we show up can help the land heal.
Wow. You know, my beautiful one, I don't know when I realized it, but I got my awakening in 2006 to the spiritual side. And somewhere there, I'm not too sure when it was, somebody said, and I remember the person was standing in front, and it was the second part of this course I went on that opened my eyes and opened my alternate spirituality, seeing things, seeing auras and all of that. And I remember that day the guy had, you can see through the glass the seed, and you can see it just come out. So he planted it near the glass, so you could see and he asked us that day, he said to us, and he was holding this thing, this seed, this glass thing with the seed inside. He said, if you wanted something, a goal or something, and you asked the universe, he was talking about the universe, please can I have this? Will you go into the ground all the time and take out the seed and see what happened? Or will you believe and have faith that it will come out as the way nature is supposed to, the law of nature? And for that, I think that was the most profound thing I ever saw, I think, in my life. Because that made me even more, realize more, that if you can just trust and do the law of nature, the law of so many things, that is happening. And you know, for me, when I met you the first time and you were telling me what you do, I was like, oh, you are amazing. And you are able to help that communication, especially between the human and the animal. Because sometimes there is no voice for the animals. And you are. I love you from the first day I saw you, because you are here for a reason. So I want to say thank you so much for all the things that you are doing. All of it. Thank you. My beautiful Christiana, how are you serving the world? And are you still doing that recordings?
Yes, I'm going to get out and do those interviews. We got snowed in up here in Canada.
I know.
We had like this the snow. So I wasn't been able to get out there. Okay, that's all right. English is my first language. I do the Daily Crumb every day, and I am working on a show. I have intentions. I know somebody that's starting her own network, and I'd like to have my own show on there. And I was given an assignment to go out and talk to people about relationships. So I'm going out and interviewing people, and it's stimulating something in here. And it's been a dream of mine to have my own show. Like I wanted like a Carol Burnett show, or like a Smith and Smith, like a, a variety show. So those are the ways, and it's helping. I really want people to know, and that's what I do at the Daily Crumb, that we all belong here. We're all special. We're all, the same yet so unique, and that we all have a purpose here. And the way we know is because we're breathing and our hearts are beating. That's how we know we belong here. We have a gift, we have a purpose, and that everybody is essential. There is no exceptions. Everybody's essential and belongs here. And so this is what I really would like to put out there and serve the world. And it all comes down to serving the children, and the ones on the outside and those ones on the inside. So those ones on the inside can stop projecting on the ones on the outside, because really, as adults, we've already lived our lives, and it's time to stop blaming the children for what we've taught them, because children learn what they live. And so I really like to work with that, and with the men that are in abusive situations as well, because it's not just women, and there isn't as much resources and stuff out there for men in those situations. But it all comes down to helping the children. That's the ultimate purpose for me, is helping that, because the children are our future, and that's how we change those toxic cycles, is by showing them a different example. So I lead by example, and that's how I'm serving the world. You're on mute.
I love that. Thank you, my beautiful one. And one of the biggest things that I remember with our first coffee chat, you had this childlike wonder, happiness. It doesn't matter what is in your area and what is happening around you. You were like so happy, and because I see that I am. So a lot of people will tell me you childish, and I'm 60 years old. My viewers, I don't feel it. I'm dancing, I'm running behind my husband and tickle him, and I'm hiding away, and wow, I'm doing all this stuff. Why not? I can do it. I love it. I say you're never too old to have fun, and I am having fun, even if it's just a snippet a day, every day. So my beautiful Cristiano, how can people tap, thank you Sophia, how can people tap into that childlike wonder? Because ultimately, my lighthouse keeper, you have that ability to have that building and the light working, and show people how to have childlike wonder fun. Not childish, childlike wonder fun.
Yeah, well, thinking back to when you were a child, what did you like to do? And I've got a challenge on right now. I put a video out there when we've got this record snow and stuff. And even if you're at a place that doesn't have snow, you can go to the beach. Sanet's grandsons did that, and it's a snow angel challenge. So go out and make a snow angel or a sand angel wherever you are, and you can post it or whatever, or just for yourself. But those are just little ways. Or, have you ever like spun around on a tire tube or a tire swing, or just going for a swing, just any little thing, picking up something and coloring. What did your little like to do, or what did they always want to do that maybe parents were, I know somebody said they don't let their child climb a tree. They're afraid to get hurt. They're going to get hurt. But I mean, again, this is how we learn. If we fall out the tree, we hurt ourselves. Okay, we learn to be more careful about that. I've broken an arm, I've broken a leg, but it's okay. Well, don't do it at that angle. Don't be trying to spin around and do figure skating on a carpet with socks on, because that's how my foot got stuck, and then I broke both bones in my calf. I flipped off monkey bars and landed on my arm, broke both bones there. And I was swimming with my arm up. So you learned new ways to do things things then too if you've got an injury. So it's looking at that. And I like to say, don't take life so seriously, but be serious about living your life. And how seriously, we get this one life, this one time, no matter whether we believe in it, reincarnation or whatnot, what have you. I am Christiana, Chrissy Koss superstar, friendly, freaky ass, sweetgrass water medicine woman. This life, this time right now. So I'm going to live that to the fullest. So curiosity. Be curious. What did that little want to do? And don't take yourself so seriously. I think those are the big keys to getting in touch with that childlike wonder.
I love it. When I was in New Zealand, I left 3 sunglasses there, and I brought 5 back. Because one was Zayden's. We remember the Elvis Presley one was my grandson. He's 5 years old. He borrowed his Elvis Presley glasses for me to put it on as well. And when I got home and I packed, my husband helped put the suitcase on the bed, and he was like, oh, this thing is so heavy. And I was smiling at him because I know he's going to stand and wait for me to see if there's a present. So there was a few presents for him and my son. But when I took out the glasses, my beautiful ladies and my beautiful viewers, my husband said, oh my goodness, Sanet, how many glasses do you want to have? How many glasses do you have? I actually went and counted. I have 42 glasses. And that is funky glasses, not glasses, normal glasses, funky glasses. I've got big glasses. Look at it exactly. I've got big glasses. I've got big glasses, my beautiful viewers. Look here, big glasses. I've got sunflower glasses. Look. So my beautiful one. Exactly. Why not? There's nobody's gonna tell me no, you cannot have. So my beautiful ones, I'm gonna ask you if there's a beautiful message that you want to bestow on the viewers. But before I do, I wanted you to ask you, my beautiful ladies and gentlemen, when last did you stand in front of the mirror and just look at yourself? Please don't look at your faults or your defaults or the things that you think is not beautiful. Take that glasses of default and put beautiful rose glasses on and look yourself how amazing you are, how beautiful you are. And just know that you are here for a reason and you are still breathing. And start having a relationship with yourself. Just want to mention something. My life changed because I decided I want to live. I don't want to die. And I start to love myself unconditionally. And if you don't know how that word means, connect with me, because I also didn't know. People were talking unconditional. What does that mean? And then while I'm in my process, wow, so I can share and tell you. So my beautiful Sophia ladies, please bestow on this our amazing viewers, any amazing wisdom that you would love to bestow on them.
What I'm hearing is learning how to show up with compassion for yourself. What does that look like? What does it feel like? Like when, give an example, I used to get mad at myself. I used to shame myself for not knowing how to build a website. That's not how my brain works. So once I realized that, I was like, oh, I've been shaming myself for no reason. Like, I don't have to beat myself up for something that my brain doesn't comprehend. And we're all built differently. So, like, recognizing where your skills are, I'm ridiculously creative and intuitive. That's not my, like, website design is not my skill set, and that's okay. I don't have to know everything. So, all with something that you can't do, because that's just not in your wheel. You don't have to do everything.
Beautiful. Thank you, my beautiful Sophia. Christiana, what would you like to bestow on the viewers?
I just kind of like to go off. Well, I keep touching these. This is a little thing. My little wanted glasses. So this keeps me in touch with my little too. That now I just got these a couple of days ago. So I'm excited. I'm excited about my glasses. Anyway, like you were saying about looking in the mirror, look at yourself as that little child within. You know, and if we got lots of negative messages, that child just needs to be loved. So loving that little within yourself and talking to yourself like either you talk to your best friend or like you would talk to a child, you know, and how that child needed to be talked to, how you needed to be talked to, or what was it that you needed as a child. And when we look back and, oh, I was just a brat, well, maybe there was reasons for that. And maybe, you know, children act out because they're needing love. There is no problem to children. There is children with problems that need adults to help them with. So what is it that your little needed? When you look in the mirror, see yourself, that little inside, and what did that little need? And just be gentle with yourself. There's enough harshness in this world. Let's be gentle with ourselves.
Beautiful. Christiana, that reminds me of something I said to my beautiful Xander, 10-year-old Xander. He said, Oma, do you fear anything? And I said to him, no, my beautiful one, because God is on my side. And if I'm happy, He's happy. If I'm grateful, He's happy that I am grateful, because then I acknowledge all my blessings. And then, and he said, and then, Oma, I said, and then my beautiful one, if there is any doubt, I'll just put on my music, Walking on Sunshine, and I'm dancing it away. And he said, Omi, there is no other people thinking like you. I said, I know. I'm a wise Omi. So my beautiful viewers, put on your favorite music and dance and have fun. That is the biggest, most wonderful thing to do. Or go outside, run on the grass, or skip on the grass. Exactly, Cristiano. Skip on the grass. Go outside when it's raining and just let it, if it's a beautiful drizzle, have the rain on top of you. Exactly, Sophia. So my beautiful viewers, thank you for your time. Thank you for spending with us, and thank you so much for your comments, because it goes through to the network and we see it. So thank you. We are not going to dance out because we're not in studio, but we are going to kiss you 2 times. So are you ready, my beautiful Sophia and Christiana? Will you do it the honor and kiss the viewers? 1, 2, 3. Mwah. And then I want to tell you, my beautiful viewers, smile often. And I said keep on dancing, but above everything, love yourself. Another kissy. Mwah. Mwah. Baba, my beauty.